we'll have to do it again at the end. Okay, so a couple of things. Hi, thank you to the 40 people we have on now, 41 people. That's awesome. I'm super pumped up for you. I know not everybody can get there. We're going to find a good time that works for everybody. It won't work for everybody, right? We talked about this a little bit ago. You can't make everybody happy. You can't fit in everybody's schedule. I'm just going to ask you to give me 90%, right? Like at least 90%. If you're committed, be committed. You can't get on everything, and we understand that. But hopefully if you missed this one, you'll be on the next one. All that good stuff. Where was I going with that? I had something super important I wanted to say, but I already forgot. Oh, okay. So I asked everybody to come on with this little list. And maybe it's just one or two things. Maybe the answer is I really don't know, Mandy. That's why I want to be a part of this group. That's why I'm looking to the other champs in here to help me figure it out. So I don't know what the answer is, and I'm going to ask for maybe 4 or 5 of you to raise your hand and share. So if you want to share, so I know who to call on, type in the chat that you would like to share. I asked earlier, like, what do you think it's going to take for you to hit your goal of becoming a champ? So this question is specifically for people who have not yet hit that mark, but are hoping to do so this month. What do you think it's going to take? Like, I don't care if it's generic, if it's broad, if it's specific, if it's like apparently it's going to be looking like Mandy Mitchell and not wearing makeup and being super greasy and having your hair in a hoodoo bun. Like, whatever you think it's going to be, somebody tell me who they want to, somebody who wants to share. Brittany, I'm going to call on you because you were the first one, and I'm going to ask you to explain to the rest of us what this means. Definitely getting promoters to run with you. So if you can unmute yourself, if not, I can find you on this.
I got it.
Yay. Okay.
I'm all burnt, guys. Look at how burnt I am.
Jack Mitchell looks like that too.
Ugh.
So tell me what you mean, Brittany, and then Chris, you're up next.
So I have 14 promoters, and I just feel like I need people to run with me. And I have promoters saying that they want it, but they're not doing anything about it, if that makes sense. I have a couple that aren't doing anything. I do have a couple that are saying that they do want it, but they're not staying connected. So I feel like I just need people to run with me. I've been stuck at rank 3 for like 2 months. I'm getting super, super, super close. And I mean, I'm staying connected. I'm doing everything that I can do, but I just need those promoters. And I feel like I'm having problems like getting people that want to run.
Okay, so I took some notes because I 100% agree with how you're feeling, but I'm going to correct you in language for 1 second. I want everyone else to listen so that when it's your turn, you can be mindful of your action. Brittany said a lot of really powerful stuff, but the thing that like stabbed me in the eyeball was when she said, I'm stuck. Pretty sure after that she said, I'm frustrated. Those are super negative words. And I am by no means, Jack Mitchell can vouch for this, the queen of being positive all the time or of manifesting things, but it's a skill that I'm currently working on. And so in order for me to work on it, I need to help as many people around me work on it as well so that we can all be powerful together and so that I don't slip into negative habits as well. So I want you to think about changing your verbiage in those situations to saying like, it will feel so great when I have promoters who want to run with me. It will feel so good when I break through this plateau, right? It will feel so good when I finally see that ticker ding to the next rank. So I just, instead of us saying what we're frustrated about and where we're stuck, I just want us to literally start speaking into existence what we want to happen. And I really, 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 I know it sounds super cheesy. I used to think it sounded super cheesy too, but it's super powerful and it just makes you feel fucking good about yourself. I'm sorry, I just cursed and this is recording. Don't judge me if it's Sunday. That's real bad. I mean, it's bad anyway, but probably worse on a Sunday. Okay, thank you for sharing, Brittany.
Yeah.
All right, so cool. I want you to do that, and I want everyone else to think about that too. So Chris, if you don't mind sharing, tell me what this statement that you shared means to you. You keep plugging away and finding a green M&M or two. And if you're not the person I've called, if you could just make sure you're muted, that would be awesome.
Sure, not a problem. What's going on, guys? So in the past, I've been challenged with expecting everybody to run as hard as I do or as much as I want it. And I keep expecting everybody to, for it to finally click with everybody and for them to want to take off and hit their ranks and just climb up like, we all try to do. And I have to keep reminding myself to kind of just keep plugging away at it. And it's not going to take, 5, 10, however many promoters I have to find that green M&M. I'm going to find that. It may not be somebody I directly enroll, but it's going to be awesome. Like when either my level 1 or a level 2 or whichever level it is along my line that hits it, it becomes a green M&M. I know it's going to happen. So it's going to take that final click for me to get to champ.
Love it. Thank you. Everybody, Chris probably didn't need the reminder for language that I gave at the beginning, just so you all know, because he attended our recent LCD training. And I heard powerful leadership coaching dynamics language in that sentence. In the past, this is what I did. And I heard him speaking those things that he knows is going to happen into existence. So that was awesome. So far, Brittany and Chris shared. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Brooke, you shared as well. And this is a very specific thing that needs to happen. So this is where I'm saying it doesn't really matter how you interpreted that question. If it was something you needed to find within yourself, or like Brooke her answer is very practical and has everything to do with the numbers in her business. So Brooke, would you share what it's going to take for you to hit 6? Oh, we can't hear you. Oh,
there we go. You unmuted me. Thanks. You unmuted me and I muted myself back. Sorry. It's going to take me being technologically savvy, I guess. No. I've been 70%ed multiple times, and I am so grateful for that leg, and I am grateful for building that leg because it's not going anywhere. So I don't get frustrated because that's what's going to get me to rank 6. And so my main thing, my follow-up has been lacking in the past, and going forward, it's not. Signed two new customers today, and just keep on plugging in that frustration. When I start to get frustrated, I just I'm not frustrated. I can't get frustrated because that only leads to negativity, and nobody wants that in their life. So I have the numbers for rank 6. So now I just have to get my numbers, my personal numbers, and my other team, up to where my other leg is.
Okay, perfect. I love it. And I really appreciate that you said that you're grateful for it.
I'm so grateful.
Just so we're all on the same page, that 70-30 stuff, raise your hand if that ever affected you, or even if you think about it and you're like, what am I ever going to do if that happens? Yes. I know, well, I won't speak for anybody else, but it's something that Jack and I have to fight every single month. We have one very, very, very large leg and 4 other legs that combined cannot compete with that large leg of teams. And I spent several months being very frustrated and literally had to have a come to Jesus with my friends in that leg and be like, listen, there was a point where I literally, I love you, but I was like, I also hate you because you're killing me, Smalls. And that's terrible. I mean, not really hate, you know what I mean? But
exactly.
So I appreciate that you said that because that's not easy to do. And I spent quite a few months in that battle, in that gray area between being so grateful, which I've never lost being grateful for it, but I've been in a place not very, it's been recent, where I've also been frustrated, right? So I'm like, have this equal levels of gratitude and frustration, and that's terrible and awful, and it really just didn't feel good. So
Right.
to lose that frustration, and you said it so perfectly, like I can't regain that legend title, like even though the titles aren't important, I would never have had it, and I would never be able to get it back at the end of
Without it.
like it's like this every month. Oh, we missed it. Oh, we got it. Oh, we missed it. Oh, we got it. Every month like that. And I wouldn't even be in that position if it weren't for the incredibly powerful people that have attracted other incredibly powerful people that have attracted other incredibly powerful people. So the 70-30 rule comes up a lot for people, and I appreciate that you shared that. Is there anybody else who wants to speak on 70-30 and maybe show some appreciation for what Brooke said, because I thought it was really powerful and reminded me to continue working on how I feel about it. Anybody else? No, I know it's an important topic, so I just wanted to check. Okay. Misty, would you like to share? She said, encouraging and holding my promoters accountable, helping them overcome the mental obstacles to be able to move forward with enthusiasm. So tell me what that looks like for you as you push towards 6.
Hey, yeah, so that just, I feel like, with, you guys who are on here, as you well know, there's those moments of, like you said, the frustration that come along with, oh, well, my customer, may not understand what's going on here. They're not giving the product enough try. They said it didn't work for them like it worked for me, or the girl who's promoting, underneath me is not doing this or not doing that. Instead of constantly complaining about it, trying to encourage them to encourage their promoters. So it's me encouraging them to encourage their promoters, and to just make sure that their customers also, are encouraged as well, because, we always say within the team, trying to stay positive, because everybody is buying into it right away. It just takes a little bit of time, and it takes some, mental fortitude to be able to push through during those, trials, and to grow your team. I mean, that's why not everybody, I think, gets to that point, because you're not able to continue plugging along. Just that I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. And that's, I feel like, something, a mental challenge that, a lot of, not just my promoters, but I'm sure a lot of people within the business face as a challenge as well.
For sure, 100%. And I'm super excited because Misty is going to be attending her very first proven event, Keto Academy and More, this month. And so I can't wait, because just I get to work very closely with Misty, and so I know what she's capable of, and I know what this event's going to do for her. Your first event's always really amazing, and they're all amazing, but your first one's really great.
I know, I'm super excited.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so I'm going to, just because I don't want us to be on here all night, and I really need to make sure that we're off by 4:30. I'm going to stop the shares right there, but if you didn't get a chance to share and you want to, feel free to type it in the chat, so maybe we can come back to you later, or if you want to text it to the champ that you're working with. I don't really have a super huge agenda for this, so I'm kind of hoping that we can just popcorn around and figure out what we sort of need moving forward with these. But here's what I want to tell you, just based off of, and then I'm going to maybe pass this over to Ashley, because she's always so super amazing and inspiring. And she put on makeup, so that means she probably wears makeup all the time, but that means she has to say something. But I kind of want to touch on a couple of the things that people said here, because they're conversations that I have all the time, and there are a couple of people on this Zoom right now who we had this exact conversation already today. So it's a powerful topic, and that's just finding people that want to run with you. Right? Like, we say it all the time. We hear it all the time. What does that mean? What does that mean? So a lot of us, and this is a conversation I have very frequently, I had it with someone else on here right now, and I'm not going to call her out, but unless she wants to, about, I think, and I'll tell you from personal experience, because it's not like everybody else does this and I don't do it. I've done this, and sometimes I get sucked into this behavior as well. What's the name of the book I'm reading? The manifestation one. It's called a manifestation workbook. I'll send a picture to the unless Ashley's got it next to her. Mine's downstairs. I have a spot where I sit every day. Or maybe Ashley hasn't checked her mail because I sent her one. You should probably check your mail, boo. Anyway, I'll post a picture of it. It's a workbook. It's really, really great. So talking about people who want to run with you. So I get stuck in this, or I have in the past, as Chris accurately demonstrated. In the past, I've gotten stuck in this. Okay, I got to find the people who want to run. I got to find the people who I want to run. I got to find so I have gotten into a position where I'm doing the work for my promoters, right? We tell everybody, connect. We tell everybody, put us to work for you. We tell everybody, let me answer all the messages. Okay, but after a while, if you don't have somebody who's willing to step up and also do that with you, what does that feel like, right? Oh, Jack brought it up. You're awesome. Thanks, babe. It's this one, Unlimited, a 40-day law of attraction workbook. Unlimited. It takes some dedication, so start it when you know you have 40 consecutive days to work on something. Anyway, so back to what I was saying, like, we get in this place where we're like, we want to work for you, put us in messages, let us do third parties, blah, 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 blah. That can really, really, really work for us, or we can allow it to work against us. We've got we've got three types of people when we introduce them into our team and we share that that's how we do things. We've got three types of people as far as I can tell. We have people who go, okay, no, I don't want to put my people in a third-party message with you, and they will give you 565 reasons why nobody wants to get in a third-party message. It's weird, it's creepy, I asked them, they don't want to, please just send me the answer. Okay, that's fine. We have this other kind of person, which is like me. I went like this. Awesome. Let me put all these people in a message with you. Now I'm going to pay attention. Great. I can't wait to do that for my team. Okay. So now I'm the majority of the third party stuff. And then we have this person in the middle who's willing to give you everybody, but doesn't ever see that connection of, oh, I should now start doing this for other people. I need to learn how to do this for other people. You know what I mean? So we can really get ourselves stuck in this part with this group of people. And unfortunately, it's probably the majority of our team, right? We have this little group of people over here who don't want to connect at all. We have this little group of people over here who you go, hot damn, these people get it. They are going to be incredible team leaders. Awesome. They listen to everything I said. And now basically I just check in on them, or I'm in the message. I'm at a place now where I'm in a lot of messages as just support, right? Like, hey, I'm adding my friend Mandy in here in case I can't get to this message today. Right? I'm working with a lot of people like that, where I'm just there to help every once in a while, not to do everything for them. But a big chunk of people is here in the middle, where it's like you're doing everything for them, and they never switch over to that, like, oh, I can do this too. So I think it's really important to remember that when you're looking for people who want to run, you're looking for the group over here. This is the group that, don't get me wrong, I'm super pumped up if 50 people put me in a third-party message today. And I'm not going to say no to those third-party messages, and I'm going to answer all the questions, and I'm going to get them all the articles, and I'm going to make sure they go back to their promoter's website. I'm going to do all those things. But the people I'm excited about over here are the people who are stepping up, and they watched me answer the questions for a month or two, and now they're doing everything, right? They're the majority of the work. They're the majority of the answers. We want to be there for our team, but we also can't be the everything for our team. this is a conversation I was having with someone today, and all I could think about was, what happens if you want to take a vacation? Are you, like, literally, what happens if you want to take a vacation? Is your business going to stop? What happens if you have to have surgery and you're on pain meds for 10 days? If you're the only person doing the work for your entire team, your business will stop. That is not the point of this. The point of this is to build a business that works whether or not you're present, right? Do we have to put in a lot of work to get to that place? Do we have to work with people until they learn the skills to do it on their own? For sure. But when we hear like, oh, I want people who want to run, I just want to make sure we all really understand what that means. I'm going to work with someone until they figure it out, and then I want them to be able to go, I'm doing this too. So I was talking with someone today who has a customer turned promoter who has put her in probably 70 or 80 chats with other people. That's amazing. The goal is not for this person to continually do that. The goal is to be like, all right, listen, either my brand new promoter is going to figure this crap out, or I'm going to figure out which one of the 2 or 3 people that we just brought in can figure it out. And if they can't figure it out, we're going to figure out which one of those 2 or 3 people they just brought in figured it out, right? And then we're going to teach them how to do the business, and we're going to run with them. We can't put ourselves in this position where we're constantly like, I mean, raise your hand if you have a chat with people and you post in there and it's crickets. I mean, I don't even have enough hands. I'm just going to be real. I need everyone in my house to come up here and raise up their hands, and even the dogs and maybe some feet. I have so many chats that are like that. How much time do you think it's valuable for me to keep going back into those chats? You know what the best thing that's happened to me ever? This chat that we made for this group. Dude, I freaking know who wants to work. I know who wants to work, and we're going to teach you to figure out who wants to work on your team. It's the best thing ever, right? So that's what the goal is. When we talk about who wants to run with us, that's the goal. We're super pumped up for the people who are going to connect us. We're going to try and tell the people who don't want to connect us how important it is, but we don't want to have to be the end all be all of our business 24/7. Like, I went to Universal Studios for the weekend, if you didn't watch my snaps and my Instagram and my Facebook, and hours with my phone in my purse, hours and hours and hours. There are rides you can't even take your belongings onto the ride with. You have to put them in a locker for 90 minutes. It's like, if you ever need a break from your business, go to Universal Studios. You have to put your stuff in a locker. And I was like, this is not okay with me. What do you mean? I can't check my phone while I'm in line? This is unacceptable. I don't know what's going to happen. Guess what? Nothing bad happened. Everybody was fine. And the people who needed me were cool for whenever I sat down for dinner. But if I had put myself in a position where I'm doing all the work for every single person, that would never fly. So that's what we're focused on. We're focused on trying to find people who are going to learn from you and then do it. Does that make sense to everybody when we say that's who we're going to run with? Okay. Also, okay, I do have a thought about how we can maybe break down some good goals on how we're going to get to champ by the end of the month. But Ashley, do you have anything you want to say about that? Because I know we have these conversations a lot of the times. Like, we talk about this a lot, like finding people who want to run. So we didn't plan any of this. Sometimes we have agendas and we're like, this is what you're going to talk about and this is what I'm going to talk about. No, I took a nap until 3:00.
Yeah, we haven't really talked all day. So this is just kind of along with that, but something else to think about. And we're going to have these topics, we're going to break these down more. We're going to have better information to bring you guys as we go. This is just the jumping off point. But something I thought about this weekend over and over and over, just because I was documenting a lot of things I was doing. I was out with friends and stuff. I talked to people I hadn't seen in a while. They were commenting on my life lately. And I thought, is my life attractive to somebody? Like, do I have what other people want? Do they see what I'm doing and think, oh my gosh, she's having so much fun. Like, she always seems so happy and positive. I would love to do what she's doing. Like, whatever she's doing, I want to be a part of that. So one of the biggest questions I get is, how do I grow my team? How do I get promoters? Like, that's what I hear over and over and over. And I just think, a lot of times we have to reach out to people and let them know this is something they can do. They don't think they can do it. So we have to let them know they could do it. But there are people that have reached out to me before because of a post I've made, because of a trip I've taken. And they thought, oh my gosh, like, do you even work? Your life looks so much fun. They don't realize all the blood, sweat, and tears that go into it. But if I looked at your Facebook right now, would I be attracted to what you're offering? So like I said, we're going to go through this together. We're going to clean this up together. We're going to make it better together. But it's just something to think about now. Are you documenting all the amazing, wonderful things that you have in your life? Because let's be real, we are all super freaking blessed. We all have tons of amazing things that happen in our lives every single day. And Facebook is a great platform. It's free advertisement. It's a way to reach tons and tons of people that you otherwise would never get to talk to or see, face to face. And it's a great way for people to check in with you and see what the heck Yolanda's doing. And, oh my gosh, she's in Canada, but she's in Kentucky. How can she afford a flight to Kentucky? What is she doing there? So just think about that stuff. The more you put that out there, the more you're attracting people to your page. You're attracting people to say, what the heck is she doing? I want to be a part of it. So that's something I always think about, is you can't always expect people to come to you. You have to put it out in the universe so they will be attracted to what you have to offer. So Mandy, does that make sense?
It makes tons of sense. It's funny that we haven't spoken all weekend, because that's the kind of stuff I've been thinking about too. I watched Sierra's live video on Thursday night when we were at the airport. So everybody at Beaches at Portland International Airport also heard, because we had to sit in this restaurant for 4 hours while our flight got delayed. So everybody heard the live. And I was a little bit like, oh, okay, I can't post about our product. I can't post about sales, which isn't really true. You can. It's just, change and make it 99.9% your life. And there was a small bit of fear in me about that, but I have been making a conscious effort even prior to this information coming out, and especially since it's come out, to have posts on Facebook that are attracting people to my life. And a brand new promoter that I introduced to our team over the weekend, literally her message to me was, okay, Mandy, I have to give this a try. I've been watching the freedom that you have with your family, and that's something I so desperately want. Today on the airplane, I turned around to Jack and said, somebody I've never talked to before except to wish happy birthday is asking me about the business. Oh, well, what made you curious? Well, I follow a ketogenic lifestyle, and I really want financial and time freedom, and it looks like you're having so much fun with your family. So really what has worked the most in the past week has been none of the stuff that I've ever, I haven't posted anything about Prove It. I haven't posted anything about Prove It, at least not specifically. So I 100% agree with you. And it is a tiny bit scary, but I also sold 7 5-days of Splash in the past 24 hours, and I did it through the group page that I made. So I'm just directing everybody who comments or likes or messages me to the group page. They can leave if they don't like it. It's actually working really well. So yeah, I love that. So I think that's something we can all participate in at a really high level. And when we do it, we show the people that are following us how to do it too, which is going to build a team of attraction marketers. It's going to build a team of people who are doing it. Christine Smith does a really great job of it. So if you aren't following her on Facebook, I encourage you to click her as well. So does Misty. I'm obsessed with Misty. Like literally, if I weren't a part of the same team that Misty is, I would sign up under Misty. I'd be like, whoa, she's amazing, right? So these are people that I encourage you to follow and watch what they're doing. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty here, because we have about 25 more minutes. And here's what I'm going to tell you really if you're searching for a goal. And you can do this even if you're already a champ on here and you're shooting for 7, or if you're a pro champ and you're shooting for 8, or 8 shooting for 9, or 9 shooting for 10, or whoever you are. When I talk about breaking down a goal, I've done this my entire life, and I'm going to give you this really great example, but don't judge me because it's totally what I think about on the Bike at Orange theory. So I had surgery in January, and I'm not allowed to do any of the things that we do at Orange Theory Fitness. Like, I'm literally not allowed to do any of them. Tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment. Maybe I'll get cleared for some more stuff. But the only thing I'm allowed to do is ride the bike. So it's an hour of riding the bike and not thinking about how bad my bottom hurts. So I think about what we do a lot. And we have this really great coach named Persia, and she says a bunch of awesome stuff that I'm constantly relating to what we do here. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Orange Theory, you have this 50-minute class essentially. And the Orange Theory is that you get as many, you have this little monitor, okay, and it tracks your heart rate and all this stuff and your calorie burn, and it's tracking it all for you. The theory is that there's this certain window of activity that you're in the orange zone, and the Orange Theory is that the longer you spend in that zone, the longer after your workout you're going to be burning fat, right? Your metabolism's going to be high. So if you get 12 minutes or more out of the 50, you'll be burning fat for a full 24 hours after the workout. So I'm obsessed with making sure I get my 12 points. Like, if you know the goal is 12, why would you not bust your ass at every single workout and get the 12 or more, right? But it's really interesting because now I'm on the bike, and it's never really been a strong place for me to rack up points, and now it's the only place I can be. So I spend a lot of time thinking like, okay, this is my goal. Persia, our trainer, she knows that I'm kind of pissed that I can't do anything else. She knows that I want to do more, and she knows I want to get the best out of my workout. So she comes up to me every single day before the workout really gets started, and she's like, okay, Mandy, what's the goal for today? How many splat points? They're called splat points. How many splat points are you going to get? We talk about it, and I'll say, okay, 20, right? So I'll make my goal, whatever the goal is. So this is what this is where I attribute it to what we do every month. If my goal, let's say my goal is 30 splat points, just for the sake of this champ argument that we're having, not an argument, but you know what I mean. What am I going to do, right? Like, I know I'm going to be tired at the end of the workout. So am I going to take it easy for the first half and hope I can get all 30 points towards the end? Am I going to bust my bottom the first half of the workout so that I can get my 30 points and then take it easy? Well, I'm the kind of girl that says I'm going to bust my butt for the first 30 minutes of the workout and then try and take it easy. That's me. Except then here's what happens. I get to the 30-minute mark and I have my 30 splat points. Well, am I just going to take my foot off the gas and sit there and watch everybody? No, now I'm like, well, I'm going to get more, I'm going to get more, I'm going to get more. And I really kind of think about what kind of person are you when we're talking about your month? Are you right now thinking to yourself, well, it's only the 5th or whatever day it is. It's only the 6th. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. There aren't margaritas in Universal Studios, so I didn't even know it was Cinco de Mayo. It's only the 6th, so I got plenty of time. Is that where your mentality is? Or is your mentality like, gosh, I really don't want to have to push for this at the end of the month. Like, I really don't want that to be when I'm reining it in. So let me do everything I can right now. And are you the kind of person that if you get to that 30K goal on the 20th, are you going to stop? Like, figure out who you are and none of them are wrong. None of them are wrong, but figure out who you are and what sounds the most appealing to you so you can figure out where and when you're going to put your energy into your business. That's number one. Number two, when Persia comes to me at the beginning of every class and says, what's your goal? I also check in with myself periodically. I know I'm only going to get 50 minutes. So at the 20-minute mark, where am I? Am I on track? If I'm not on track to get my 20 points, or if I'm not on track to get my 30 points, what do I need to do? I need to pedal harder. I need to increase the gears. I need to get up out of the saddle and like I'm going up a hill. Like, I have to do it. Or I have to keep the gears high, sit back down, and pedal as fast as I can. Like, if I'm not on track, I have to pick up the pace. I can't just hope that towards the end of the workout, she's going to instruct us to have a bigger hill and I'm going to get it done, right? I have to know what I'm capable of and where I am trying to hit that goal. So maybe it sounds weird to you if you're not taking the class. To me, it's super crystal clear. But I just think about Misty Lee Brewer is the one I suggested, Erin. Sorry, I get super distracted when I read the text on the side. I'm just telling you to, A, figure out who you are and what you want to be. Do you want to be pushing for it at the end of the month and like scrambling and hoping that you get it? Last month we had some champs who hit literally in the middle of the night. We didn't even know. Like, we didn't know. And that's not that it was bad that that happened to them, but I bet you they wish they would have had it in the bag 24 hours prior before the system went haywire, right? So are we going to be reining this in on the last minute, which is super exciting and super fun? And if we are, is it going to be because that's when you put in your effort at the end trying to play catch up? Or are you going to put in all the effort that you can now so the rest of the month you can kind of take a deep breath and just try and beat the record, right? And then, yeah, and Stevie said that was her on the last night of the month. And then also just taking your goal and break it down. So like I said, when I'm working for those flat points, you know, if I want 30 points in the lesson at minute 25, have I gotten 15? And if I haven't gotten 15 points, what do I have to do to step up my game? So I'm going to encourage you to figure out what your goal is. I asked at the beginning of this month when we made this thread, like, what was your number goal? Most people gave a 30. Some people gave 31. I'm not good at math, so I'm not going to choose the 30. Wait, I could do that this month. 30 days have September, April, June, and November. Yeah, there's 31 days this month, right? I still have to do the poem. So whoever said 31 was the number they were picking, 31,000 in volume. Like, where are you? Today is the 5th. Do you have 5? It's really not that hard. Today is the 5th. Do you have 5K in team volume? If you don't, what can you do to step it up with your team so that you can play catch up now? Because playing catch up today between 3,500 and 5K is going to be a lot easier than if you're constantly behind 400 or 500 BV every single day at the end of the month. So A, figuring out where your team is, and then B, figuring out, and Stevie's awesome, she's got 6K. So, and then on top of that, figuring out where you're going to get that volume. So if you haven't figured it out yet, let me tell you where you get it. You get it from MVPs. There's no other place to get volume. There is no other way to hit a rank. You hit a rank by getting MVPs, and that may not necessarily mean your personal MVPs, but I just want you to think about it this way. If you want to shoot for 6, you need 3 people who want to shoot for 10. Not 10, sorry, 4. Rank 4. It's 10K in volume. Hopefully some of you followed along. And if you didn't, I just corrected myself. So if you want to shoot for 6, you need 3 people who want to shoot for rank 4. 3 people. That's $10,000 in BV, right? Rank 4 is $10,000 in BV. How do you get $10,000 in BV? Who knows the answer? Anybody want to shout it out? Unmute yourself. How do you get $10,000 in BV in your team?
5 MVPs.
5 MVPs! I don't know who said it because whoever's screen lit up wasn't on the screen. But it's 5 MVPs. That's it. 5 people. So think about your person who's shooting for 4. Think in your head, I've got someone on my team who can do this. I know 3 people who can do this. We need to dig into their team and figure out who in their team is running for MVP. So if you don't know how to figure that out, you can find it in your back office, manage community insights, community, change it to community, and you can use the drop-down window to select who's in their Go MVP period. Touch all of them. Touch all of them. So 5 MVPs here gets this person to 4. 5 MVPs here gets this person to 4. 5 MVPs here gets this person to 4. You get to celebrate 3 people who rank up to rank 4, which is super exciting. You get to become a champ, and you just got 15 people in your organization to MVP. Right? So anybody who's in that MVP period, now granted, maybe they're towards the end of their MVP period, or maybe they have the whole month to get that 2,000, but that's all it takes. That's really all it takes. And people who are pushing for MVP, they're bringing in people who want to hit MVP, right? The majority of people who come in and hit MVP bring in at least 1 or 2 promoters. It's rare, it happens, but it's rare that somebody does it entirely out of customers. And even if they do it entirely out of customers, which I know some of you did, it's not too short after that they've got their first promoter. One of those customers wants to do it too, right? So the only way to get your volume, I just want you to think about this, is to find the people who want to run for MVP. So it's cool if you get 5, 5, and 5 and you help 4 people hit 7, or help 3 people hit 4. Ah! My brain! You hit 3 people hit 4, but just 15 anywhere. 15, like, I bet you, who wants to pull it up right now? Who can do it right now? I can't, because the number would be too huge of how many people to be a good example. But look and see who wants to pull it up right now, and just look and see how many people are in your MVP period. Anyone close enough to their phone or their computer? Destiny Hicks has 9 people in her team. So if all 9 of those people bring in 2,000 volume this month, that's $18K. Bradshaw, is that Brittany Bradshaw? I don't know who, it just is Bradshaw, so I don't know. 16, that's a rank 6 right there. If you all help those 16 people hit MVP. That's rank 6. And that doesn't even count everything else that's going on in your business, you guys. It's not like that's the only volume that you're getting. So just think about that. If that's where your focus is, if that's where your goal is, if helping those people hit MVP is your goal, everything else around that is going to work itself out. So similarly to what we did with all of you, where we said who's shooting for 6, let's take all of our rank 4s and rank 5s and get them in a message. And work towards hitting champ. How powerful would it be if you got all of the people in your organization into a message thread and helps give them activities and skills and goals and challenges to hit MVP? What if you got all of them in a thread and said, hey, the first 5 people who get me in a 3-way message with 5 customers are going to get 50 Prove It bucks. You have the ability to spend 250 during the week. So if you have 250, that might be a great thing. Or you're going to get 5 packets of keto jellies. Maybe you're going to sacrifice 1 box that you bought and you're going to offer it up as an incentive to that group of people who are shooting for MVP, right? You're going to give them the activity. You're going to tell them what to do. You're going to give them an action step that's actually going to help them move towards their goal. You're going to support them and model third-party validation. And you're going to help you reach your own goal because you're helping those people hit theirs, right? So it's just that, like, I can't win if you don't win, right? So you can't win if you don't help other people win. So how powerful would that be if you took those 16 people, Brittany, who are in their MVP period and helped all of them? If you helped all of them. And Brittany said a third of that is under Valerie. So Valerie, you already have a third of that, like 5 or 6 people that you can help hit MVP this month. So 5 or 6 people is $10K towards your goal. Valerie, real quick, where did you end last month? Can you type it in the chat? What was your volume? Or if Brittany knows. She was a 4, so she had at least 10,000 in volume. So what if those 6 people hit MVP this month? Now she's a rank 5. Like, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Lacey has 14 people in her MVP period. Lacey, if all 14 of those people hit MVP, how many champs will you break this month, right? Because Lacey just hit champ. That's another $30K in your business. So I just want you all to think about that. So here's my challenge and here's my homework, even though I don't think we're supposed to use that word anymore because it has such negative connotations to it. Our activity that we're going to do is I really want you to figure out, specifically if you are not yet a champ, okay, because I want to help us break this down. But if you're not yet a champ, especially, I want you to look up in your back office. Holy crap, Destiny has 39, not 9. Destiny. That's like ridiculous. That's like 80K in your business this month that you didn't have last month. I mean, think about that. People in their MVP period are brand new and were only a tiny fraction of the volume you did the month before. They maybe came in, if you're lucky, they came in with an experience pack, but the majority probably didn't. Some of them only came in with $37 and it didn't affect your volume at all. So it's all new. It's all new. It's bigger. It's better. It's on top of what you already did. So if you have not yet hit champ, especially, I would like you to look that up in your back office. And then we're going to get off of here and let you all have the rest of your Sunday night. Manage community insights. Search for the number of people in your MVP period, and just tell us. Just let us know, like, hey, this is how many people I have in my MVP period. And then I want you to just kind of make a plan so that when we get back here next week, not only it's not like we have to figure it out, you have figured it out. Like, hey, Mandy, this is my goal. So actually, write this down. I'm changing the assignment. I did this to my kids when I was a teacher all the time. They hated me so bad. They'd be like halfway through writing it down, and then they'd have to scratch stuff out and write more. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to write it down with you so I don't forget. You're going to tell me in the thread how many people are in your MVP, their MVP period. Okay, how many people are in the MVP period? How many, like, what your daily BV goal is, right? So for everybody, it's going to be probably somewhere. And for everybody who's shooting for champ, I'm assuming it's probably going to be around $1,000 BV a day. So where you are, and it's cool if you're ahead of it, it's cool if you're behind it. The number is not what's important. It's where you are. Like today is the 6th and I have 4,000 BV. Am I on track? No. Today is the 6th and I have 7,000 BV. Am I on track? Yes. So how many are in your MVP period? What's your daily BV goal? Are you on track or are you not? And how much, like, if this is what I want to know. I'm thinking, because I'm making this up as we go, so please bear with me. So then I want to know where you finished your BV last month and what it would look like for you if all of those people went MVP. So let's say, you're going to say how many people are in your MVP period. Are you on track, yes or no, for your daily BV goal? Where you finished last month and what it would look like for you if all those people went MVP. So let me give you an example of what I mean. We just talked about this a minute ago. Someone was 4, so we're going to assume they were at 10,000. Now they have 5 people who are in their MVP period. If all of them hit and it goes on top of what they did last month, right? Because the goal is everybody comes back, right? Everybody orders again. We do this, we match what we did last month and then we grow. That's the goal. So you're going to say, I had 10,000 in BV, but I have 5 people in their MVP period. So if all of them get 2,000 volume this month, I'll actually have 20K, which will make me a rank 5. So that's what I want to know. Does that make sense? Yes. I'm kind of rambling, so I'm sorry. So 5 MVP. Today is the 6th and I 27, and I'm not on track. 12,000 last month, and it would put me almost at champ. So Scott Miller did the assignment perfectly already. He was fast. So, and it's not bad if you say I'm not on track. I'm not on track for my goal either, just so you all know. It's not bad. It's just a checking in point, right? It's just a checking in point. When I hit the 30-minute mark at Orange Theory, if I don't look up at the screen, I have no idea what I need to do the rest of the month. So checking in with yourself, it doesn't matter if you're behind or you're ahead. That's not what's important. It's the practice of checking in with yourself and seeing where you go. Lacey Pace, if all 14 people hit MVP, that's 28,000 for me. Not on track. Lacey, I hope you're not on track for what, boo? Those aren't going to be the only people in your business that are doing anything. Yeah, wait. They're not the only people doing anything. You had 30K last month. So if all 14 people, you're going to have 58K. Does that make sense? Yep. Love you. This is not a I'm failing. This is a holy crap, look what the potential is. MVPs are your potential new volume, right? You're going to add it on top of what you did last month. So that's the assignment. I hope it makes total sense, and I hope that you all interpreted what I said, because I guarantee we're going to start posting in the thread, and the other 60 people who didn't get on aren't going to want to know. They're not going to know what the heck we're talking about, and I'm hopeful that one of you all will be able to translate for me, since clearly I couldn't even do it myself. But that's pretty good for making it up as we go. So are we cool with that? I think it's a good way to check in with where we're going to be, and I think it gives us something really important and powerful to focus on. So that's the other key to this. You're looking everybody up. You know the numbers. Take action on it. Knowing how many people can hit MVP this month does you zero good if you don't do something about it. So get them all in a thread, or touch each one of them individually. Find out what they want. Find out if it's a goal of theirs. Don't push anyone into MVP. Some people don't give a rip and don't want to do it. Find out who wants to do it and help them, because let's say you've got 10 people in MVP and 7 of them are like, I actually don't want to do it at all. By working with the other ones, you're going to find the ones to replace the people who said no thank you. So just make the list. Check in with yourself. Do that we're not in the middle of the month. We're only like 1/3 of the way in, 1/4 of the way in. So yes, Ashley's going to do it for 7. You can do it for any goal. You can break it down to any goal, right? If you're shooting for 7, you need 3 6s. You just do. And then the other 10,000 usually works its way out. So if you're shooting for 7, you do the same thing. I need 3 6s. Well, how are they going to get to 6? They're going to find their 4s. How are those 4s going to get to 4? They're going to find their MVPs. It always comes back down to MVP. So, Misty, thank you. I have 10. I still want you all to post this in the thread just so we can keep track of it. Misty has 10 in her MVP period. She has 69.03 today. She is definitely on track, and she had 27.8. Oh, it was like, I was like, Misty, take my credit card. I was almost 2 seconds away from just giving her my credit card because we were so close. So that will definitely make you champ and beyond if we can get all of them to hit. So I see everybody else's stuff coming in, but let's just play ourselves out here with our fire up song. I expect dancing. Jack Mitchell is freaking on screensaver, so we're probably not going to see him dancing. I think he's making dinner for the kids.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So we're all fired up right now. We're on the Zoom. We're in the group message. We know why we joined. We get to the top, get crazy, right? Show up when you don't feel like it. Pop in the group message several times a day. Homework, no matter what. Like, we're doing this for you, and you're doing this for you. Like, nobody else is going to do it for you. So even when you don't do it anyway, like, do it every single day, all day long. Fire yourself up. Let's make this happen. We're here to help you. We love you so much.
And let's cheer each other on. And actually, let's have a little friendly competition. Like, I am not opposed to you all saying, I'm at 8,000 today. Who all's on track? Show me who's going to beat me. I am not opposed to that at all. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to think of a way to, like, give out prizes for the people who hit first. Like, let's do it. Let's fire each other up. Like, and there's something really powerful about that, because we're not really competing. We're not playing the comparison game, right? We're not like, oh, she's faster than me. Oh, she's got more influence than me. Oh, he's doing it better than me. It's not about that. It's not about the comparison game, except that sometimes the comparison game, if you play it correctly, motivates you, right? Sometimes the comparison game, if you play it correctly, you go, damn, I can do that too. Damn, I want that. I want to live in that fancy schmancy neighborhood. I'm going to go look at those houses in that fancy schmancy neighborhood. It doesn't make me sad about what I have now, because I have a great house Jack hates it. But I have a great house with a roof over my head and like all the things I need. So the comparison game just makes me want to work harder so I can have what I want. So Cruz is clapping. He agrees with us. So Cruz is ready for the dance party. Let's see if I actually still have my, let's stay fired up. Thank you, Ashley, for that reminder. Absolutely participate every single day. Let's see if I've got it on again.
DJ all I do is win, no matter what. I got money on my mind, I can never get it up. Every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there.
Everybody dance, I'm taking a picture.
Ludacris going in on the verse